Welcome back to the channel. In the world of the web, Mozilla has always played a leading role with its Gecko engine, the backbone of Firefox. However, around 2012, the technological landscape was changing rapidly. The rise of Blink, developed by Google, and the evolution of WebKit, used by Apple, were setting new standards for speed and security. Mozilla, in collaboration with Samsung, decided to develop an experimental engine called Servo. The goal? To overcome the limitations of Gecko and revolutionize how browsers function. Servo was written in Rust, a programming language designed in Mozilla's labs to ensure memory safety and high performance. Rust and Servo were developed almost in parallel, sharing the same vision, a more modern, faster, and safer web. Servo aimed to fully utilize multi-core processors, separating and parallelizing browser tasks. For example, image rendering, page layout, and JavaScript execution could run simultaneously on different cores, significantly improving performance. At a time when speed and security were becoming critical priorities, Servo represented a bold and innovative bet. The true strength of Servo was its modular architecture. Each part of the engine, from rendering to layout, was separated, allowing developers to experiment without compromising the entire system. This approach, extremely innovative, paved the way for a new generation of web engines. Some Servo modules, such as Rust CSS Parser, Stylo, and especially WebRender, were so advanced that Mozilla decided to integrate them directly into Firefox through the Quantum project, significantly enhancing Gecko. Today, thanks to these integrations, Firefox delivers rendering performance and security that compete with the best browsers on the market. Despite its ambitions, Servo encountered several obstacles. Developing a complete web engine is extremely complex and expensive. Mozilla, with more limited resources compared to giants like Google or Apple, could not sustain the development of Servo as a direct replacement for Gecko. Servo, while being a cutting-edge project, was not ready for daily web navigation. It lacked compatibility with many modern web standards and frameworks, such as WebRTC, making it unsuitable to replace Gecko in Mozilla's main products. Mozilla chose to invest in Servo's innovations by integrating them into Gecko, rather than attempting to fully replace it. This led to the creation of Firefox Quantum, a browser that combined the best of Servo with the stability of Gecko. Today, Servo is no longer a direct priority for Mozilla. The project has been entrusted to the Linux Foundation Europe under the management of Igalia, a company specializing in open source. While Servo is still an experimental platform, its development continues thanks to the open source community. Servo remains a raw project, mainly used to experiment with new rendering technologies. Currently, it is not capable of supporting standard web browsing, but it continues to serve as a testing ground for future innovations. Although Servo is not destined to become a dominant engine, its contribution to the web is undeniable. It has already left its mark through technologies like WebRender, which have improved Firefox and inspired other innovations in the field. The future of Servo depends on the community's ability to continue its development. It may remain an experimental platform for testing new ideas or in the future find applications in specific contexts, such as lightweight web engines or IoT projects. Servo reminds us that innovation does not always follow a linear path. Even though it didn't become Gecko's replacement, it helped shape the web's future in significant ways. It demonstrates that even experimental projects, while incomplete, can leave a lasting impact through their influence. Looking at it through the lens of the present, perhaps represents more of a missed opportunity for Mozilla than a success. By not fully believing in it until the end, Mozilla may have forfeited the chance to leverage an engine that was more powerful, secure, faster, and cutting-edge than its competitors. Such a decision might have prevented the decline that Firefox has experienced in recent years, and could have placed the browser at the forefront of developing new web technologies. Sometimes, if you don't push the bar above your limits, it inevitably drops far below your future prospects.